Hello there, everybody. This is Teddy D, the crazed film buff here. Welcome back to my channel once again for Teddy D's classic cult movie reviews. And today I'm doing another interesting, cool flick here, kind of a Grindhouse drive-in classic, Shatter, 1974. And what's interesting about this is this sort of co-production with the old famed Hammer British Film Studios. When those did a lot of those old gothic horror films with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, and the Shaw Brothers studio based in Hong Kong, who did all those crazy martial arts films. And as you can tell, this is if you're a fan of martial arts films and mayhem action, this is definitely for you. Pretty wild flick. And we have the over here with the special features, and this is Stuart Whitman who plays the lead. I'm going to get to him pretty soon. And Peter Cushing's in this too. And some martial arts action there. You see in the picture there. What's also interesting is here's the Blu-ray. This was under another title, I believe. It was released in Britain, England, there, and Europe. Call him Mr. Shatter. And what's cool about this is the uncut version too. On this finally released, remastered on Blu-ray. Get it in there. There we go. And so the story on this flick, Stuart Whitman, kind of legendary actor. So many credits to his name, what a resume he has. I'm going to get to him too later on. And he plays an international hitman who's in Hong Kong and discovers he's targeted by everyone after killing the African leader. So he ends up partnering up with this martial arts master played by Tai Lung to collect the payment. And it's pretty wild there story, and it's just cool too. I say 85% or even 90% of this film was directed by Monty Hellman. Now, Monty Hellman, he worked a lot for B film producer Roger Corman, but he directed a couple of westerns with Jack Nicholson from 1966 called The Shooting and Ride in the Whirlwind. Best known for Tooling Blacktop from 1972 with James Taylor and Dennis Wilson. That was a road action flick, very famous. Another probably drive-in flick there. And what happened was there was a falling out between producer Michael Carris and him. Michael Carris was a one of the major film producers on the Hammer films. I mean, he produced everything from Curse of Frankenstein, The Mummy, 1959, and The Mummy Shroud, 1967. And he ended up taking over directing this film, so that's pretty wild. That happens to a lot of productions, though. I mean, there's a lot of disagreements, creative differences between producer and director. So it's pretty sad what happened there, but it's still a good film. I like it. Now, as for the cast, like I said, Stuart Whitman, as you see on the cover there, he is known for westerns himself too, the Camachos with 1961, that was with John Wayne actually, and Real Conscious, 1964. He did another horror film, Ruby, 1977, which was kind of like an Exorcist Carrie, kind of, not to say rip-off, but you could tell they were influenced by those films. And he's very good. He's really cool in this. He's got that nice screen presence. And when you watch this, you always wish he did a sequel to it too. But he's really good in the role. And then the martial arts master, Tai Lung, he's done a lot of martial arts films. He's really good too. And you could tell in the film, very good choreography with the martial arts and the fighting. He was in a film called The One-Armed Swordsman back in 1967. And The Blood Brothers, 1973. So many martial arts films he's done. And he's pretty cool, very good. Like I said, martial arts master. And he puts on a good show. And of course, Peter Cushing's in this, and he was so many horror films, a lot with Hammer Film Studios. Again, Curse of Frankenstein, Horror, Dracula, and people may know him as Grand Moff Tarkin in the famous role in Star Wars, 1977. And he kind of portrays this crooked Hong Kong head of the Hong Kong officers in here. So he's really good though too. He's kind of showy in this before He's only in a couple of scenes, but you know, he's always a treat to watch. And also Anton Diffron, German actor, plays kind of this German banker, head of a syndicate. He kind of betrays Shatter in this film. He was in the movie called The Man Who Could Cheat Death in 1959, and Circus of Horrors 1960. So he's been working in the genre too himself. Pretty interesting actor too. Distinctive voice, distinctive look. And yeah, he's pretty wild in that. Pretty good film. So let's look at these special features in here. What do we got? So we got a new 4K scan of the uncut film elements. Pretty good. And the audio, now this is interesting. Audio commentary with the uncredited co-director Monty Hellman and director Stuart Whitman. And Monty Hellman talks about all the scenes that he shot in here and the problems he had with the producer Michael Carius. So that's very interesting to listen to. And it's again, it's a shame what happened because you know the film's pretty good, and you know you can find out what he directed and what shots that he didn't approve of, and the things that Michael Carius directed. So, and you know, actor Stuart Whitman talks about his situations on the film and what he was dealing with in his, I guess, his relationship with the actors. You know, Peter Cushing and Ty Ling, and so it's fairly interesting there. And I also got a World of Hammer episode Chiller, which is kind of a semi-documentary, and it's narrated by actor Oliver Reed, who was in a few Hammer films, and he talks all about the different chillers and thrillers. There's always some, and a lot of these Hammer horror and films that they did, and this, one of the special features is this little episode called The World of Hammer, and they always discuss the certain films that they did. And you also got the theatrical trailer and the TV spot. It's always nostalgic watching that, especially if you remember watching TV back in the day and you saw these films. Getting a kick out of the trailers back then. And the music score to this is really funky. You know, it's of its time, the 70s. This guy, British composer David Linnup. He did a lot of TV stuff. British TV series, The Informer, The Persuaders, which was a series with Roger Moore and Tony Curtis. But yeah, again, the music has that funky sound and very 70s, and it's pretty cool. It definitely goes with the tone of the film. It's pretty wild. But, and again, I really like this film. It's really cool. If you love martial arts films, action-packed films, good old, like I said, Grindhouse films, a lot of nudity, sex, violence. This is for you, definitely. And Stuart Whitman's really good in this. And Tai Lung, too, really good martial artist. Like I said, the choreography is amazing in this. Good fight sequences in here. And the Hong Kong location is brilliant, too, as usual. Always like, makes you want to visit there, actually, watching this. And that's about it for this one, folks. And as always, if you dig my presentations, please hit the like icon. And subscribe, please. You know, I appreciate it gratefully. And I will see you next time with something else pretty wild and cool. Okay? God bless always. Take care. Bye.